Hi guys, it's Thinking Day today, or World Thinking Day if you're a scout. And last year I told you a bit about what Thinking Day is, so this year I'm going to tell you a bit about my guiding story so far. So I've been in guiding for about 10 and a half years now, so quite a while. So let's get started. I didn't get to go to Rainbows or Brownies, sadly, which is quite disappointing, but that's the thing. I went to other clubs and stuff. So I started when I was in Guides. Well, I started at Guides. So just before I turned 10, my mum was determined I was going to be in some sort of club. She was trying to get me to socialise. I had the choice of trying either Guides or Girls' Brigade. Clearly she didn't sell Girls' Brigade very well because I chose Guides, and I'm very glad I did. So I turned 10 and I started Guides, and I was there until I was 14 when I moved up to senior section, which I'll tell you a bit later. So some people find that certain sections are better for them than other sections. So like for me, seniors was better for me than Guides, and I've known people who Brownies was better than Rainbows, or the other way about, or sometimes people fit into every section, and obviously sometimes guiding's not for them. It's just a thing. Oh well. For me, I felt all the way through Guides, I felt like I didn't really fit in, because it was quite a big unit. That unit has shrunk considerably now, but it was quite a big unit at the time. I'm very antisocial. I always have been. I don't do people. Never have done. So I was pretty much mute when I went. The time I left Guides, I was slightly able to talk to them, but when I started, I just couldn't get a word out. And everyone that was already there had little friendship groups already, so I didn't really slot in anywhere. But that was okay because I liked working on the badges myself. So it's like working on a school project. You don't want to have to rely on other people to do bits. It's easier if you can just do it yourself. So I was fine with that. I had a very unadventurous guide unit. In the 4 years I was there, I was offered to go to camp once, and I couldn't go. Because on the same weekend I had another offer. I had the choice of either going to camp or to go see Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. I went to see Joseph because I'd never seen a musical before and I wanted to, but I'd been camping before. So I went to see Joseph. I'm glad I went to that. And it's just weird to think back and say I didn't go to camp when I was in Guides at all. One of my proudest achievements is from Guides. There's something that's not in the new programme, but it's been in guiding for a long time. The Baden Powell Award. It's the highest achievement a guide can get. So it's a big thing in guiding. And with my unit, people had attempted it before. A few people have got it since I did. I was the first person to ever achieve it in my unit, which makes it feel a bit more special. I was the first to achieve it. As part of getting my BP. There's parts of it that were like, do one of these few badges. So for one of those, I picked community action. One of my guide leaders was, she also takes a rainbow unit, so she let me go help with her rainbows for my community action. So I did that, and when I first started, I was absolutely terrified. Like, I was pretty much muting guides, so when the rainbows were trying to say it to me, I couldn't handle it, and if I was asked to even just do a game with them, I freaked. It was terrifying. But I'm still with the rainbows all this time later, so can't have been that bad, eh? Yeah, so I was, I think, 13 when I started helping out rainbows. I'll come back to the rainbow thing later. When I was 14, I moved up to senior section, which is the 14 to, I think, 25 section. It's being phased out now for the ranger section, which is 14 to 18. But it was seniors when I started. We had a taster night organised so that I would go up and just try it out. And I remember, I don't think I've actually said this to anyone, I hadn't been enjoying guides for quite a while. When we got to this point, so I was actually planning to, yes, go to taster, but then leave guiding. I was bored, I was fed up, and I was by myself. Like, everyone else had friends there, I didn't. So I was planning to leave, and I went along to seniors on this night, and I just felt like I fit in. It's a tiny, tiny unit we had. When I started, there was 4 of us, and it's grown a little bit since then, but it's still very small. I absolutely loved it, and I finally got to camp when I moved up to seniors. Back in those days when we were very guidey, we went on loads of camps and loads of trips, and I experienced so much. I finished working on my BP in senior section. I carried it over just because I was ready to move up. But yeah, I stayed with the rainbows through that. So my unit kind of phased ourselves out a while ago, and I no longer consider my main role in guiding to be as a member of a section, but as a leader in training. So with the rainbows, I was just a rainbow helper when I was at guides, and then I was just a volunteer helping with the unit for quite a while. And then I started on my ALQ, or Adult Leader qualification, and that's what I'm doing now. I am nearly finished working on my qualification to become a rainbow leader, and I absolutely adore my rainbows. I'm still very close to the seniors. I still talk to them all the time, and I know I have their support through this qualification, which is helpful considering some of them have been through an ALQ. so they can advise me on bits, and really appreciate that. But my main role in guiding them is with my rainbows. I hope to be with them for as long as I possibly can. I've been with them, how long now? 6 or 7 years. Yeah. If we say I was 13 when I started, I'm 20 now, so 7 years, roughly. Now I don't freak out when they come speak to me. I will go up to them. I can talk to them. I can even talk to their parents, which is a massive, massive leap from where I used to be. I've had the occasional time where I pretty much run the night. I can do it now. So guiding has done so much for me, and very slowly but very gradually it's continuing. It has done wonders for my confidence, and I've made some of the best friends I could ask for, some amazing people from my seniors. Guiding lets you meet amazing people, and there's people I've met who are not from guiding local to me, and they're brilliant people. And I would recommend getting every girl into guiding to at least try it. Any section, I don't care what section, just go for it. And hopefully next year, by thinking day, I'll be able to tell you that I'm qualified as a rainbow leader. Should be able to, hopefully. So that's my goal for then anyway. Yeah, I'm very grateful for my time in guiding so far, and I hope to get a lot longer being involved in the organisation. So, happy thinking day, guys. See you later.